Oh, dude, my travel day. Oh, dude, yeah, I totally forgot about this. Let me tell you how my event started. When I go to events like this, I fly first class because 2 reasons. 1, I am 300 pounds and I can't fit. 2, business wise, I need write-offs, and traveling, I don't travel a ton, but you know, a plane ticket is a very good write-off for me. So yeah, dude, weird flex, but okay. So anywho, so here's what happens on the plane. So I pay first class for me, my wife, Chad, PJ, Tirza. Okay. Just kind of because like I want everyone to fly together and just have a good time and have a good trip with it, right? And just to be clear, IRS, I'm not writing all that off, just to be clear. Just me. Just my ticket was written off. All right. Peace and love, IRS, peace and love, please, Monk W, just to be clear. So anywho, yeah. Just to be clear, dude, yeah. Who's Tirza? PJ's wife. So I just wanted everyone to travel together and have a good time, right? So we get to you know, checking in, and we check in, and our ticket, and everyone's ticket, like PJ, Tirza's, have their seats on it, except for myself, Alexis, and Chad. And and so we go up to it says see agent. That's all it says. So we go up and we see the agent. And I just want to say, chat, I would just like to openly say that I think every time I've ever personally went up to talk to the agent at a gate, they've all been...
Hi, Tim.
Yeah.
Loved the roast.
Exactly. They've all just been, like, miserable. And like, I would just use the word not like... I don't know what the word I'm looking for. It's just not, like, friendly. Like, they don't want to talk to me at all. Like, anytime I've ever gone up to see the agent, they hate their job and they're not pleasant to talk to, basically. Now, and so... Yeah, not approachable, right? So I go up and I'm like, and I'm standing there, and this woman's just typing on her computer. That's it. She's just typing. Doesn't say anything to me. And so I'm just standing there. I'd say it was about that long. Like the pause was about that long. And she finally goes, hello? And I'm like, okay. Hey, yeah, it says to see agent. And so she goes, and she's just chomping on gum, which drives me nuts. Have a seat. Okay, dude, all right. So go sit down. She goes, I'll call you over, have a seat. I'm like, okay, great. And ask me what happens. Ends up not calling me over, starts boarding the plane. I'm like, what the shit? Tim! Start to board the plane, whatever. I'm like, okay. They call premium seats, whatever. So all of us go and start to walk in, and Tirza and PJ and stuff, they go because they have seats on their ticket. So we go, and I meet her, and the lady scans the ticket, and she goes, "You're not on this flight." I was like, you bet your ass I'm on that flight. You're wrong. I was like, yes, I am. I am on that flight. You're wrong about that. And then, so like there was 2 ladies. That was one lady that said you're not on the flight. And then the other lady was like, oh yeah, I forgot to call him over. Your seat 10, your seat 11. And we're sitting not next to each other. And so in my head, I just walk. And then it dawns on me, that's not first class. Wait, so I paid how much money for 2 first class tickets and now I'm just not getting them? And so here's what ends up happening. Just because this was all like really quick and like I didn't want to delay the plane anymore or whatever. So PJ and Tirza, because we had bought them, PJ and Tirza, they were like, we'll just switch with you guys, whatever, you guys can sit in first. And because Alexis is pregnant too, and she has to stand up, and like Alexis had to like stand up every like hour or something. I don't know if any pregnant women have flown, but she has to like stand up and kind of walk around in our little spot or whatever. So so we're like, okay, whatever. So the first plane goes, we get to our layover in Chicago. And I'm like, okay, whatever. That was a bad experience, but hopefully this next one will be better. So I look at my boarding pass for my second flight. Guess what I see? Guess what I see? Guess what I see on my ticket? That's right. I see C agent on my ticket for my second boarding pass. And I'm like, so at this point, I'm mad. As soon as I see that I don't have another seat on my next flight. Once again, PJ, Tirza, Chad, all of these tickets were bought by us. They all have
So
seats
let
for
me
first
get
class.
this straight. You
Okay. Me and Alexis, my wife and I, we both have C agents. So our plane is late. It lands in late. The other plane is boarding. We have about 10 minutes to get there. And just to be clear, I've already read all the donos that you guys are hearing. It's just very delayed. We get to our gate. Same thing. Walk up to the lady there, C agent. I hand her.
Seems like I got to meet everyone.
Hand her my ticket. I hand her Alexis's and my ticket, and I say, it says to C agent here. And the exact word she says out of her mouth is, she goes, "Oh shit." And so I'm like, okay, I'm about to really rip into this. So she goes, "Oh shit, can you have a seat?" The "oh shit" was kind of like under her breath. She's like, "Oh shit, can you have a seat?" Keep in mind, the plane is now boarding. Everyone's boarding, and I have to be on that flight because I have to be at TwitchCon. You know what I'm saying? So she's making phone calls, and I'm sitting there, and Alexis, you know, she's pregnant, and she's, you know, obviously there's a lot going on right now for her, and so she's kind of emotional about this whole thing too. And I am, my blood pressure, chat, if you would have cuffed me there, would have been, I would have been easy stroke level, easy. Like I should have been dead. I was so mad because it's just. So here, I'll tell you what happened. So she called, this is very long, I know, but this was a very long day for me. She calls us back over and she goes, "Okay, so all my other friends were taken care of. All the other tickets we bought were fine." And then she goes, "Okay, so your seats are no longer available in first class. We overbooked first class." And I said, "What?" That's the exact thing. I said, "What?" I said that exact thing out loud. I was like, "What?" Overbooking to me as a whole, I still hate it. I hate that airlines do it, but first class versus economy, I'm like, I said, "What do you mean? You overbooked first class?" And she goes, "Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you $2,000 in traveler miles, and you'd have to sit in economy." And I said, "No, I'm not doing that. You go tell the people that you upgraded that I want my seat." I said, "No, I'm not doing that. I don't want travel miles. I don't want it. I never want to fly with your airline ever again. So no, I don't want that. I want my seat." So she goes, "Okay, let me go talk to him." So she goes and she talks to people, and then she comes back and she goes, "Okay, they don't want to move." I was like, "That's my seat. Those are our seats." We bought these tickets, just so you know, too. This was like 6 months ago. We bought these like 6 months ago. And they're like, and so she calls over a supervisor because I'm going to be blunt with you, Chad. I was an ass. But I was so frustrated. But she was like, and I don't like being mean, but like I needed them to understand how unhappy I was that I paid for that many 5 first class tickets. And all of a sudden they're like, "Yeah, so all of your friends can go, but you can't." What airline? United. It was United, which I'm never flying again. I will buy a blimp, and I will blimp to an event before I fly with United again, 100%. And so lady comes over, and they're like, "Hey, so we had mishap and like whatever," and she's explaining to the supervisor. And he goes, "Okay, we'll give you guys like $3,000 in travel miles." So they're upping our travel miles. They're like, "Okay, so instead of 1,000, we're going to give you 3,000. I'm like, "I don't think you really understand. I don't want to fly with you anymore. I don't want it. I don't want your travel miles. Stop." And keep in mind, at this point, they didn't even mention that they were going to like refund our tickets or anything, because obviously this is a big deal. So by the end of it, I'm just going to speed this little part up here. This gets worse. I want you to know. So then by the end of it, they go, "Okay, we'll refund your ticket," which that was like my main complaint. I was like, fine. So we got our money back. And what happened was PJ and Chad got downgraded to economy, and they took the travel miles. Okay. So like, and PJ and Chad, like Paul and Tirza were talking about, you know, going somewhere anyways. So that works out for them. And Chad He just didn't care. So Chad was like, whatever, that's fine. So that was that whole ordeal. And keep in mind at that point, the flight, we delayed the flight like an hour, and now this almost set me off over the edge. So our flight gets delayed an hour, and we take off late because of everything going on, and we go and sit down, and like the stewardesses are like complaining, like in their little spot. They're like, man, can't imagine what's going on up there that would be making this take so long. And I wanted to say, do you want to know what's taking this so long? I'd be more than happy to tell you what is making this take so long. I'd be more than happy to explain to you why this whole thing is going on. Because I can tell you it's not me. I can tell you that. Not me. Overbooking. Your first class is what made this happen. So I was heated, whatever. By the end of the dude, and like I said, this was the first day. So now we're late. I'm supposed to go to the Dylan party, right? And I'm like, okay, whatever. We're gonna land. We'll go change because it had a dress code and attire, and I'll go to Dylan's party, and I'll just start the weekend, whatever. By the end of it, right? So we land in San Jose, and we go to get our baggage. We go to baggage claim, and I said out loud, the only thing that could set me off more is if my luggage isn't here. And so we wait, and the bags are going. Everyone gets their bags. Chad, PJ, Tirza. All the bags are gone. I don't have the bag. Oh, we don't have our bag. I'm like, are you? So I walk into the this was my Chad. I've traveled a lot. This was 100% my worst travel day ever. So I walk into the baggage thing, and I give them the little stub, and I say, hey, my bag's not here. And they go, oh, yeah, it's in Chicago. And at this point, yeah, Alexis was about to cry just because of everything. Because like it was such a bad travel day. Because she has all her maternity clothes and stuff. Like all I had was my Indians thing and my sandals and socks and my jersey shorts. That's all I had. And I was like, okay, so like with one of the people there were like, you can just go shopping, we'll pay for it all. And I'm like, ma'am, I don't think you understand. I'm a triple XL. I can't fit in anything in stores, and my wife is pregnant. And unless you guys got like a maternity store right around here, it's not gonna be exactly the easiest thing to do. And we had to be at the party. We were already late for the party. And so I'm like, dude, by the end of this, I almost blacked out. I was like, I can't even think anymore. Like, this is the worst day of my life as far as traveling goes, like I said. And I was like, dude, so when can you get the bag here? He's like, we can rush it to you, and it can be here by 2 o'clock tomorrow. And I'm like, I was like, I have a signing at 1. I'm supposed to be at this party in 10 minutes, and I'm supposed to be dressed up for it. And I'm like, dude, I literally, by the end of it, I said, okay, that's all I was just one-lining. Okay. Took my ticket. We called Brandon. I was like, the manager, Brandon, I was like, dude, I can't, we're not going to make it to the party. I can't, because I don't have any clothes.